Press this button.
All right. Welcome back, everybody, to the Slice of Shonen Podcast. I am your host on the boat, Sailor, where we are always on time, man. This ship, hey, man. You may wait a while, but we're always on time, man. We're never late. We are always right when you need us, man. But of course, I'm not just by myself here. It's not just me, it's a we thing. You know what I'm saying? I got my Ensemble of Excellence here. Let me run down the roster for you real quick. All right, let me see. We got the Adam, aka Jigga. Jigga, say hi to the people.
Hi, people.
We have the Silver. Say hi to the people, Silver.
What's up, folks?
We have the me. Hey, how's it going? We have the Sky Cadet 13. Sky, say hi to the people.
Legalize nuclear swords.
Okay.
Legalize nuclear swords.
All right. And if you may have heard already, we have the Zenith Anime Magazine to say hey to the people.
What's up, people?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Make sure you guys go check out both Jigga and Zenith stuff down in the description. Link will be there as always. We got the YouTube channels. We got the Patreon. It's all good. As you can see, this lovely Loki fan art coloring thing here will be down there as well. Make sure you guys check out and support the original artists. They went ham on this thing. They go ham on a lot of things. I've been following them for a bit. They're pretty damn good at what they do, man. So make sure you guys go check them out. Let's see, housekeeping news, man. Housekeeping, I don't know. I mean, I did some I was productive, but I also did some boring stuff, so it's not really anything too interesting. I recorded most of the JJK video, so that's good. I'm really happy about that. I was gonna finish recording it, but then Dad accidentally dropped a knife on his foot and had to wake up a couple hours later. So I was like, you know, maybe I'll let him sleep. My dad is the toughest nigga alive, by the way. I came downstairs and he was just like, yeah, I just dropped a knife on my foot. Fucking what? Like, I didn't even hear a shout or a scream or anything. He's like, yeah, shit just happens. All right, bro. But anyway.
Bro, that happened to me too, because I remember one time my dad dropped a glass.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey man, maybe don't pick that up with your bare hands. He keeps picking them up with the bare hands, picks up a big old shard, drops it, lands point down on his foot. Ooh. Guess who has to drive him to the fucking hospital now? And let me tell you, that was a car ride full of I told you so.
Is that like a dad thing? That happened last week. My father
what
was cutting
stuff too.
He dropped. Here's the thing: it didn't land on his foot, thank God, but it did land point down into the floor. So it looked like it had been thrown into it.
Oh my goodness, man. All of our dads are just, you know, they're just tough dudes, but also clumsy ones sometimes.
Legalize nuclear swords, but not for dads. If you've
Not
got a kid,
dads.
clearly you can't be trusted.
That's exactly why the Hishaku took down Roku here. That's exactly why.
He was gonna drop drop all 9 child annihilators.
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
if that nigga
the
drops a
rocks.
knife on his foot, bro, the entire countryside is gone. So we can't do that.
Can you imagine how embarrassed, just like how uncomfortable the Ishaku were when they showed up to the Prokura household and found out that he was already dead because he dropped the world figure or whatever like on his
Damn.
And Chihiro shows up and they're like, yeah, we did that shit.
Yeah. Yes, it was us. We'll take all the credit for that. Yes, very interesting.
All according to Keikaku.
Yes, so I don't have anything interesting going on personally this week, but our good brother Sky just leveled up huge in life. He got a nice fancy job. Well, I'm not gonna say what it is. I'm not gonna dox you, my nigga. God damn. I was gonna say, everyone, round of applause for Sky. Yes, clap it up, everybody. Yes.
You don't get to know why, but
you don't get to know why. He made a big improvement to his life situation, but you will cheer for our friend. Yes.
I'll just say I got a job. I got a pretty decent job. So no
it's
more.
A pretty cool job.
Yeah, no more Fortnite at 1 p.m. on a Tuesday for me, folks.
That thing he never did.
Yeah, I'm no longer in the
Well,
jobless.
now it's no longer an
NS.
option.
I think I will be ordering crazy bread with my little sister.
Oh, that's how you know he's
rich
rich.
nigga
Damn, bro. This nigga's gonna pop out. The next time Sky takes a break from the podcast and he comes back, he's not gonna come back with milk. He's gonna come back with eggs. That's how you know he's breaded.
Whoa.
That's how you know. But yeah, man. Everyone, round of applause for Sky once more. I'm so happy for our friend, and I hope you guys are happy for him as well. It was very good. Show your support, even though you don't know what it is. But show your support. We demand it, please. But yeah, is there anything else you guys want to talk about it? Any other fun stuff you guys want to talk about before we dive into the pod?
I recorded a video for once in after like 7 blue moons or some crap like that. That is probably going to be my longest video that I've ever actually done.
Oh, hell yeah.
Full on editing and shit.
Bro, yours is going to make a 5-hour video too?
No.
That was a fake laugh at first, then it became real. But
Hey, man. Yes, sir. Hey, man.
it'll be long for me, I'll tell you that.
Hey, man. Whatever it is, we are looking forward to it. That's just going to be peak. And then we're going to talk about how peak it was on the podcast. And if you didn't watch that video when it came out, we got crowbars and wrenches for you, buddy. All right? You better watch that fucking video whenever it drops.
Nuclear crowbars.
Nuclear crowbars and wrenches, buddy.
Those were
got some
already
shit you've
legal.
never seen. Yeah. Moving up slowly but surely in the world, you know? Any other interesting, fun stuff you guys want to talk about? True.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I got nothing. We got some good chapters this week,
Understandable,
man.
yeah, understandable. So let's just dive right in here. We start off with our first one here, One New Piece, chapter 1141. Fellas, how do you feel about this? And, you know, One Piece was recently at the Lakers game. How do you think that affects LeBron James's legacy?
I can't come up with any good jokes right now. All I can say it's pretty goated. We are getting that Luffy Lakers figure. That shit looks pretty damn cool.
I need it. I'm not gonna lie.
It looks really cool.
I am copping that as soon as I can, man. Hell yeah. Shout out to the Nomad5 for the $5 donation. He says, congrats on the new job, Sky. The only bad thing about Kagurabachi this week is people thinking Hero is actually dead. Yeah, we'll get into that, man, because that shit fucked.
And here's the thing. You're correct in doing this, but I do think it's just funny that it's like, oh, congrats on the new job. Donates $5 to your friend.
Well, I can give that $5 to you.
No, it's completely fine. It's what you should do. It's just really funny. Like, imagine it's in person. It's like, dude, good job, but here's a gift. And he just gives it directly to Sam. And I'm like, awesome. Yeah, no.
Bro, listen, the next time you buy 2 ice cream sandwiches, you'll think of me. And, you know, that'll go to a good cause. You'll need it.
Yes, saving someone's life.
Yes, man. You know, fucking inflation, it's real. You want to splurge on that crazy bread next time, bro? That's what that $5 is for. Hey, but yeah, this One Piece chapter was really good, man. This is really fucking good. I mean, is there anything you guys want to get to before we truly start getting into the gospel? We start talking about the real stuff that happened in this chapter.
Oh my god. Well,
Yeah,
you know, we're all so eager.
Page 1 getting decimated. No.
Taco was just right when he mentioned that.
Taco's not here, but he was right.
Yeah. So if you guys weren't around to hear it or just didn't listen to it, which you should listen to every episode of our podcast, please. But yeah, Taco mentioned that, hey, it would be funny, you know, all this crying and screaming that Ulti is doing over page 1. It would be really funny if page 1 was already just out on the floor, just like fucked up. And that's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened
In the story, man.
Damn, he must be up there. There are a lot of losers in this story.
I know, right? Really think about
There's
that.
a lot of them, yeah. But yeah, Taco, once again, right? So shout out to our GOAT, man. Shouts out. But yeah, man, this was a fun chapter. Like I said, I mean, we can have the real conversation soon. But is there anything you guys wanted to bring up first?
Yeah.
Boy, Usopp, you're a real piece of crap.
Usopp! Oh my god, bro. Okay.
I don't know. I think it's pretty fucking tough.
He says, "I like your cut, G."
Awesome.
Nice cock. Like, damn, brother. Hey, man, this thing is a menace to society, bro. Him or Loki? Who's the bigger menace? I don't know. But, you know, I think that fits perfectly into my agenda, Sky. I'm really happy that you brought this up. You know,
I can't.
because we can get into the real conversations here, because I feel
Road
like
work ahead.
exactly, man. I really feel like we can't talk about this chapter without having the hashtag real conversations. So I feel like this was a wonderful chapter for the Road Church to point this out and say, see, we told you so, man. Our GOAT
It
goes
is.
through so much shit, and for no real reason. I mean, page 1, not the character, but the chapter. Page 1, right? We have this damn delinquent, this hoodlum, this thug, Nami, saying, wah, I want gold, I want riches, I don't give a fuck, who cares if we're letting out Satan's strongest soldier, Loki? And this man Rhodes like, yo, what the fuck are you spilling the sauce for, dog? Y'all want to make sure y'all get over here and y'all are welcomed in this country. Oh, we take care of y'all and shit like that. Why are you just saying this shit? And she's too busy being a piss baby because all I care about is myself. That damn delinquent, bro. How could she? Fucking taking in our GOAT and saying, you're my slave. And then even in this horrible act that Nami had with our GOAT, our GOAT still turns around and is still taking care of her, because that's how virtuous and holy our sun god truly is. And she wants to act like a piss baby. Get him out of here, man. Meanwhile, you got Usopp just being a dickhead, bro, for no real reason. This man's getting drunk and be like, you like MILFs, loser. Someone has an adult woman fetish. Am I right, chat? Boing. What is your problem? What is going on here, brother? We're all having fun and you're trying to kill this man? They snatch him up. Are like, what is your issue? He's like, shut up. You don't know what you're talking about, bitch. Whoa. What are you? Whoa! Why are we doing this? You know, maybe Road had a point. And speaking of which, we get back to our GOAT, Road. Road, despite all of the trials and tribulations that he's gone through, he still tries to stick up for the Straw Hats, a real one, in the midst of all of the fakery that is going on around him. And he's thinking like, you know, maybe it's a good idea we eject this fucking super terrorist from our island and we just let him do whatever. Maybe that's a good idea. You know, we don't have to worry about the risk of that hoodlum, that delinquent, that thug running in our streets again. Maybe we send him out into the real world, we let him do his thing, and we let him fuck around and find out on his own and he dies. Maybe that's what we should let him do. Kill him now! But Gerd is like, Road, you're acting all sweaty. It's not even that hot out. I mean, God forbid a nigga likes a bad bitch. Come on, bro. She's out here feeling up on everybody else, and yet when she has a gentleman, a scholar, a true skilled man as himself, Road, talking to her, she don't want it? Bitches want Spider-Man, but won't look past Peter Parker every day, bro. They'll just walk right past the nigga. It don't make sense to me. And then she assaults him again. Wow, real cool, real great. She beats him up when Road legitimately has no knowledge of what happened. Road is sweating, one, because she's a bad bitch, but two, he's sweating over the idea that, damn, we're letting out King Von. I really hope we let that nigga out into the actual world so we don't have to deal with him anymore. Then we could have a more peaceful nation. But she's like, clearly you know something about the guards that are being attacked. What? No! She even says, could a small human weapon really do this? I don't fucking know. I wasn't there for that arc. We had an entire debate about, oh, Shanks is here and he's doing that and this, that, and the third and blah, blah, blah. Maybe you want to go interrogate your fucking senpai over here. Kawaii, Luffy-san, get the fuck out of here. Maybe you want to go talk to him first. But no, you have to beat up on Road because it's the cool thing to do. No. We don't do that. And then we get to the end of the chapter, where they let out King Von himself, Loki. And these niggas have to watch as he stands up, calls a weapon over to him. He's about to commit war crimes all over again. And why is it, chat room? We see through the phoniness. We see through the fraudulence. We only see the real. Real recognizes real. And our GOAT has never looked unfamiliar. Why has this happened? Because they let these hoodlums, these delinquents, these thugs onto the island of Elbaf, and they took out our god, our real sun god, the big sun god, Road, when he has done nothing but protect them. In the shadows, he was the shadow man working back there and making sure everybody, us included, could sleep well with our heads held high every single night. He is the one who made sure that peace could be brought upon this island of Elbaf, not Harold or whatever his fucking name is. That's another delinquent and thug, and I'm sure we'll get to that later. He was working with literal Satanists. He could never be our sun god, man. He was the one who made sure that the children could get a proper education and grow to become scholars, building the future of our island, because children are the future, chat room. Nobody else was doing this. Nobody else was doing this except for our sun god. So once again, chat, we have to look at the evidence presented in front of us. And I just don't see how you could come to the conclusion of anything other than Road was right. And that's all there is to it.
So, like, you think the reason his name is Road is because everyone walks all over him?
Unjustly!
That's my guess.
Unjustly! And he is the one who leads everyone to the promised land. Somebody has to take the first step forward, and it was Road.
I'm still caught on if bitches want Spider-Man.
They quote that Peter Parker every day, bro.
Bitches want Spider-Man.
That is a deep cut, man.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Damn,
Oh,
man.
Oh, boy.
Piss me off.
Peter Parker.
That is certainly, yeah, that is certainly the take of all time.
What do you mean? It's the correct take.
No,
Hey,
no,
thanks for
I
that.
think
You
I'm
let me
just gonna
get caught up
say
on Dandadan, so I don't
You
know.
are certainly a man who takes the road less traveled, Sailor. It's why you're so fucking lost right now.
What do you mean lost? I just presented a mound of evidence and all you can do is hee ha ha. The dick eating is insane right now, chat room.
I agree.
Yes, I think we're all in agreement about that.
This is crazy work, bro. Here I am trying
think-
to preach the gospel, and these
I
non-believers are just laughing at us.
I think you could post
You do make it
any
very easy.
panel of this man online, and someone who's never seen One Piece would know he's a loser.
Yep.
Yeah, because that's things without context, bro.
I'm not totally
No,
sure.
even if you had the context, it's the same thing.
No, because what is a big thing about One Piece? It's people thinking that they know others because of the out of context things that they've heard about them until they meet them and they realize that they're completely different. That has happened throughout the entirety of One Piece so far, and it is happening once again. See, I don't understand how you could look at these reoccurring trends and not understand what is happening in front of us right now. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
I don't get it.
I know.
I mean, it's very
he's
easy.
insulting your reading comprehension.
I don't get it.
This
know what
would
I'm
be
saying?
death on Twitter.
Exactly. Exactly. That is the most important place, obviously. Totally.
This would do numbers on Twitter. Oh man. Well, come on, guys. RKL.
Okay. I think there's another thing. Probably should have mentioned with the cover page and stuff. I'm going back just because. So
Thank you.
What was it? We get those SBSs and stuff, right? I think a new one just came out this past week.
Yeah.
So,
Oh yeah, we got
right.
a lot.
Yeah, and at least to me, the one thing that I did remember is Hanafuda, who is the guy that
Yeah.
Ace took down to become a warlord and stuff. That was actually, or at least now, is page 1 in Ulti's dad and stuff. So that's pretty neat, and probably makes sense because one of his titles or his epithet was the King of Lizards. So pretty dope. So that's neat.
I've completely
Chapters.
forgot that like devil fruits exist for a second. I was like, yeah, he must have had sex with a dinosaur.
What the fuck?
Well, in this series,
I
that's
mean,
not the
I was
craziest
about to
thing.
say that's not the craziest thing to say. Yeah,
If anything, pretty normal, all things considered.
yeah, man. It makes sense, you know. It does make sense. But yeah, that was a cool little fun fact. Whole family tree of losers. I respect it.
Awesome.
Yeah, no offense, your dad lost to Ace.
You don't
That
need to
guy
say it like
whose
that.
whose most significant victory was against you and a boat. Like, come on.
Well, it's crazy because he gets off screened, and now we know it was revenge.
There
You
was
know,
no
it was
screen.
comeuppance. He was Blackbeard was avenging Hanafuda. It was all righteous.
Hanafuda was the coolest guy to me.
My plans were set back years, decades, the moment that Ace defeated Hanafuda. With him on my crew, I could have taken the world.
The Pirate King and the King of Lizards together as one. We would have been unstoppable.
He looks like the kind of loser that would join the Blackbeard fight.
Probably would, yeah.
Probably, yeah. Be Chopper's fight.
Also, I think it's
Chopper's fight? That's a crazy insult.
That's insane.
Yeah, you look like you Chopper's fight.
Hey, don't sleep on
I
Chopper
think-
now.
it's
Well, damn,
really
fuck you.
funny what Usopp did to Jirul with fucking
Bro,
slap.
that shit
That
was so
shit is-
crazy.
That was fucking wild.
That is actually
Insane thing to do to
insanity,
another
bro.
human being.
Yeah, man.
I really like the fact that Dory's like, what are you doing?
What the fuck is your problem,
Like,
bro?
what the fuck? Brock is just like, yeah, you bet. Hey, like, haha, don't do it. He'll die of blood loss. And it's like, haha, yeah, Brocky. Haha.
Bro, if I was Usopp, I would walk away being like, yeah, I fucking slapped the dude who's in charge of all of Elbaf and walked away.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah,
that's gonna
Usopp
be
is real like that.
that's gonna
If
be
I
a
was
hell of a
there-
tall tale, literally.
If I was there, I would have pulled that sword smooth out.
The only one to take Excalibur out from its mount. Yeah. There you go. Speaking of fucking deranged straw hats, Zoro, crazy motherfucker,
Yeah,
huh?
he's so
Uh, crazy
Wow.
motherfucker. This man walks up to Loki and he's just like, hold on, he might be lying. This nigga does his best Sanji impression and just kicks him right in the wound. It's like, nigga, what is your problem? Oh my god.
He's pulling a JoJo's villain. He's just like, hold on, what if he's faking all of these wounds that are in his chest and stomach right now? Better make sure.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense because Zoro has heard about the trickery and stuff that this dude has had. And so, like, I get it. But at the same time, it's like, holy fuck, man. And him just being like, if he dies, he dies. Hey, man, true.
It's classic Zoro to be in that situation and just like, what can I do to be the biggest dick right now?
True.
He's too used to Usopp's bullshit. He had to make sure it wasn't ketchup. Like, he had to be positive.
Man. Had to make sure, yeah. I know your game. Oops, sorry, my fault. Yeah, no.
I think it's so
this is
funny
quick play. Oh, it's a quick play.
that he completely thinks it's possible that he's faking the gaping wounds in his body, but doesn't consider that he might be faking, like, yelling out in pain. Like, I gotta say, one of those is so much easier to fake, guys.
This man that is tied up to a stump can't even move. It's like, nah, he did this to himself. Huh? This man who is tied up in sea stone cuffs was just like, yeah, no, my ability lets me, hurt myself. Cool, man.
A lesser man would fall for this. He beats him to death.
Yeah, it's like, Jesus Christ, man. Hey, he's acting like a good cop and he's beating down the guy who's already defenseless. Hey, man, I understand, Zoro. I get it. Shout out to Nasty Nutter for the donation, 99 cents. We appreciate it. What were you
saying? Didn't want to say anything. It's just about that game.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you think about it, there are less giants than there are normal humans, so they're kind of a form of minority.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, man. He's just like, I'm sorry. I just felt a little, I felt threatened by his aura. What?
Yeah, Luffy's like classic Zoro.
Yeah, right? This man who is bleeding on the ground, tied up, can't move. He's like, I just felt threatened by him. You felt threatened? Like, god damn, brother. Hold on.
What if he could do something?
Yeah, what if he did something, man? I don't know. Zoro then suggests, like, yeah, let's just eat his animals. Luffy's like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
What is your problem?
Yeah, like, god damn, bro. You got a fucking Ed Nettie, like, rock in your shoe? Like, what is your deal, dude?
I feel like we should hang out less.
He's just like, yeah, let's just eat him. Fuck it. Meat is meat, man. And then Zoro, the fucking cannibal, is like, oh, I guess we can't eat our friends. Damn. Hey, look out, Straw Hats. This nigga is crazy, man. Look out. But yeah, that's when the rest of the new giant pirates, they come down because they had to beat information out of our goat, unfortunately. They come down, they immediately are about to pay for their sins of attacking our sun god, and then Luffy saves them.
Yeah, by blasting them off again.
Yeah, deserved, honestly, really deserved. But yeah, I love Luffy's expression when Haruden is telling him, like, you can't let him free. This nigga's crazy. He lies to people all the time. He's just backstabs everyone he's ever known. Luffy's like, shit, we may have already let him out, bro. Like, bro.
Hypothetically speaking.
Yeah.
Stay with me on this. If somebody already freed him, gave him his weapon, bandaged him up, gave him a kiss on the cheek for luck, pat on the ass for encouragement, what would happen then?
Dude, Luffy's face on page 15 kills me.
Yeah. He was like, our fault? My bad? Even Zoro is like kind of adjusting his glasses. He's like, sorry about that. Yeah, nah, man. Zoro, we're familiar with your game. You wanted to let him out so you had a reason, bro. We know you. We know you, man.
Zoro's the type to fucking just like, oh, what did I just find in your pocket? Oh, it kind of looks like smack.
Yeah.
Oh, is this a sword in your pocket? Yeah, I think it's yours. Not that means you're a swordsman. We gotta fight.
We gotta kill you. That nigga saw him pick up a weapon. He started rubbing his hands together. He's like, yes, sir. Yes, sir, bro.
I'm really curious because here's the thing. Right now, Loki he's still has the
He has
sea
one
stone,
chain on, yeah.
Yeah. He still has one chain on him. He's been gored by 3 dogs at once.
Oh, that's Gore, my comfort character.
Yeah, and he's been chained up for a very long time. And we've got, Luffy, Zoro, Sanji, and some other guys are all there. If Loki, gets out of this situation, physically gets out of this situation by fighting, that's crazy.
Mhm.
That's really crazy.
Yeah. I would
If he just leaves.
I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't, to be honest.
Mm.
I think I wouldn't be surprised if they do beat him up and they're just like, all right, well, let's heal him. And then see what happened to him, because they came down and they were just like, dude, this guy was stabbed up all over the place. We got to figure out what that was all about. So I wouldn't be surprised if something like that does happen. I would be very shocked if he just all fucked up. He just beats up on Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji. If anything, I could just see him, if he does escape, he tricks his way to get out of it. Because there's no way he's just beating these guys.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's just I don't think he beats up everybody there, then walks away. But I do think it's possible that he is going to manage to physically escape. Which is, yeah, even if it's he doesn't use pure brawn to do it. I don't know. Everyone here is pretty stupid.
Probably tricks his way out, or I think what we said last chapters, because the celestial dragons are, committing war crimes like they usually do more than ever. It'll probably be the moment where it's oh my god, children are being kidnapped, and it's well, I guess we gotta go save the day, and it's oh yeah, what about that Loki guy? He's gone. Well, who could have seen that coming?
Yeah.
So, I would assume that's probably what's gonna happen to some degree.
Yeah, that's a good guess. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he does just the King brings it up in chat. He's like, I'm expecting Loki to just rip off the sea stone on his ankle. I wouldn't be surprised if he did.
Yeah, it is crazy that he's smiling right now.
Yeah, even with him, because there's no way they just locked up this nigga with his weapon right next to him. So it has to be a thing where he can just summon that shit to him like Mjolnir. So I imagine he just takes that shit, he just chops it off, and he just goes.
Well, probably, because we got a dude in the chat that says Ragnir means Iron Thunder in Japanese.
Yeah.
From Shade 24, so probably, yeah.
Yeah. Has to be, man. Because
cool.
Yeah, because this motherfucker, there's no way. They're just he is the most nefarious person in all of history of Elbaf. Let's lock him up with his weapon.
We wouldn't want him to get lonely.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Hey, I don't get it, but yeah, he's definitely got to have something up his sleeve. So I wouldn't.
He's a villain, not a monster.
I wouldn't be too surprised if they if he does get out of this situation just with some form of trickery, and maybe he gets healed up by whoever he was talking to on the Den Mushi a couple chapters ago, or maybe he goes to them to get help, something. I wouldn't be surprised if he was a third party who's just storming out throughout.
All right, now I know you got knights. God's knights are war crime grimes times 4. But if you could spare a little bit of Neosporin,
maybe ibuprofen. I have a headache.
I have a stomach ache.
Fucking, can you imagine Loki just walking up to him? I threw up. What? Bro, no. Yeah. I am very excited for when he sees them again, because it's definitely going to be on site for them. They're going to be like, I don't know who these people are who just showed up, but Gunko's there, so fuck him.
Loki, I told you my dogs don't bite. Yes, they do.
Yes, the fuck they do. Yes, they do. Yeah, no. I am fully expecting him to just cause absolute chaos, especially since in this chapter, they're like, yeah, fire and lightning are our weaknesses. That nigga probably has fire and lightning.
He probably has lightning, guaranteed.
Actually, I think you may not be off, because I think there was actually some mention. Okay, well, again, this is me assuming. This is still me assuming he has a Fenrir Devil Fruit here. Or wait, I mean, wait, just to clarify, are we still talking about Loki or the God's Knights?
Loki.
No,
Loki.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because I think there was mention in like some old passage about Fenrir being able to like shoot lightning from his eyes and breathe fire or some shit.
God damn, what can't this wolf fucking
They
do?
were just making shit up. And I know that's what it was. They were making shit up. But it's like, it's crazy how some religions are like, yeah, this is it's the son of God, and it's miracle. He turns water into wine, and he makes infinite amounts of bread and fish. And it's like, this is the dog that shoots lightning, breathes fire, into the sky.
It's like
He is one of 7 dogs who are similarly crazy.
It's literally like I feel like it's just dudes being dudes who's just like, yeah, look at this god figure. He's so nice and kind and he can do all this stuff. But also he has a fucking Megazord and he pile drives his enemies. It's like, hey man, true. True, bro.
Ragnarok was the craziest Sentai fight anyone ever done.
Dude, that would go so fucking hard.
And then God said, I never fear the fall, and everyone cheered. It's like, oh, true. It's literally, it's like the meme where it's like dudes will see this and say, hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
They're just like, hell yeah, that's fucking metal, man. Fucking dog that shoots fire and lightning. Fuck yeah, dude, that rules.
Some people will look at the Odin Zord fighting the Christ Gundam and not think it's the coolest thing ever.
Yeah, bro, it's just the sickest shit. It's awesome. Yeah, so I can definitely see Loki having some lightning and some fire. Of course, agenda piece, still agendas. They saw this and they were just like, oh, Sanji's about to nuke these niggas. Hey, I mean, to be fair, could happen. I mean, Luffy has fire and lightning attacks too. But I think it's more so setting up for Loki.
It's like, well, here's the thing: is that Sanji just got like the milestone of Scopper revealed, basically. So in order to live up to him, I'm just saying, bro's gonna have to start eating some mountain. And who would be here but a mountain-sized man?
Hey man, he's gonna have to rev that shit up. Gonna have to rev it up. Also, crazy little thing, while we're talking about Loki, he's revealed to just be as tall as Oars. Holy shit.
Yeah,
that part did take me by surprise.
Oh my god, I never thought we would see another giant as big as him. So the fact that he's just casually like, yeah, this is like Oars. It's like, oh, yeah. Like
I really like the idea that like, well, Zoro had to be there because Luffy's too stupid to draw, conclusions to past event.
Absolutely, bro. Yeah. I like that because like, I like that this was revealed now because it kind of, it builds on this legend that Loki has had, or it's like, yeah, he's an uber powerful guy. It took all of the giants on Elbaf to hold him back and lock him away. And it's kind of like, in a way, I kind of felt like Luffy, where it's just like, yeah, that's cool, but like I didn't really think about that, and oh, if there's a problem, Luffy just beats him up, which I still think he definitely can do. But I love this being added here because it's added when now it's like, oh shit, maybe we are kind of over our heads. Like, this giant is as tall as Oars. He's stupidly powerful. He can trick everyone.
He can breathe fire and shoot lightning out of his eyes. Here's the thing: if he can do that, you guys are assholes for not mentioning it.
Yeah,
that would have had he's a menace to the entire world. Like, he's a threat to all life. He also shoots lightning out of his eyes. Well, now I'm having second thoughts.
Okay, so I actually have to retract that first part. So he doesn't shoot lightning out of his eye. It's just more fire.
Oh, okay. It's just more fire.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
It's just more fire.
Just more
yeah.
fire. True.
Don't
Just
worry,
a little more
guys.
fire.
It does track with him burning down stuff.
Yeah, makes sense why they would bandage up his eyes now. 'Cause that nigga was shooting flames. Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, just like all of this stuff compounded on top of each other. It like all that leads into him standing up at the end of the chapter, and I think that was really fucking cool. I like that a lot.
What a man.
It's amazing. Yeah, Loki has
It's
had
really
some
cool.
really good spreads, dude. So I like that a lot. It's a really fun way to end the chapter, and I'm really excited to see what he does now that he is somewhat free. I mean, he's probably just gonna free himself next week, but you know, for right now, somewhat free.
Yeah, I doubt it's going to be a thing where next chapter comes by. Oh no, Loki. It's a good thing he's still chained up. Let's go about our business, fellas.
Sorry, folks, I was just stretching.
Yeah, I mean, it's my fault. You know?
11 years sitting
Haven't
down.
stood up in a
gives you
while.
some crazy swamp ass. It's cold down here. Still swamp ass.
Yeah, you're sitting down there for like 30 years. Yeah, this shit's bound to get warm. Absolutely.
And you know what? The swamp ass froze.
Oh, God.
It's like, Loki, where are you going? To the
Oh,
showers.
yeah. I need to wipe.
Oh, no.
Do you see a toilet anywhere around here?
I need to.
Oh,
I need
Now we're gonna
to
linger on it.
wipe.
Sit on it. Sit on it. Just like he did.
Just
Sit
like
on
he did
it. Sit on it.
Yeah, man. It's just how it is, man. It's just how it is. Yeah, overall, really good chapter, man. I like this chapter a lot. One Piece is very good.
hell yeah.
Is there anything else you guys would like to say before we move on to the next chapter we got here?
No.
Nah.
Yeah, I think we're good to go.
Okay. Next up, we have Chainsaw Man chapter 194. Fellas, how are we feeling about this one?
I really like
Oh my
this
god,
chapter.
can we please give Denji a break?
No.
I just feel so
In
bad for the
fact,
guy.
12 more friend deaths.
And he has to
I mean,
make
I'm-
like
Make 12 friends. Right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Right, okay, but I just want to point out, just page 4 here it's just like he already knows this shit's gonna go wrong. Oh, and he's just fucking done. Like he
I mean,
knows
he
the
was-
song and dance by now. He's just done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's pretty used to the cycle at this point.
He was counting down, if anything.
He's just
Yep.
embracing the good stuff where it comes at this point. Like, all right, this is gonna suck. I'm gonna make some food now.
Yeah.
Yep.
It made me think about what I was mentioning last week, where I was like, damn, maybe he just won't get better. And him just like being like, oh, this is probably gonna fucking blow. And as he's just casually making breakfast, it's like, oof. But end of the chapter gave me some hope, though. It's very nice.
Yes. That's really interesting.
Yeah. Do we want to just jump to that now, or do we want to cover the other stuff first?
I think of the other stuff a little bit.
Yeah, the other stuff.
I really want to
alright.
linger because I like Yoshida. I don't think he's
Oh,
a good
yeah.
guy, but I do like
I like
Yoshida.
Yoshida too.
I really love that moment where he's like, "I'm no fun, huh?"
Oh, yeah. It's so good.
Because I think that Yoshida and Denji's dynamic is really interesting, where they are very much polar opposites. And Yoshida is like a normal person. Obviously,
I would
he's
disagree
still
with that.
he has what people would consider he has normal priorities.
Mm.
Like,
Okay.
and in the pursuit of that, he takes a pretty like cold, logical route. But I think generally people would say that makes more sense.
Mm.
Like, it's more what you would expect from a person, because he's like, yeah, he's that like Cecil in Invincible,
Okay.
where it's like he's doing what has to be done from his perspective to save the world, save humanity. And he tried for, let me just count really quick, ever to get Denji to understand things that way, and it's not working. And Denji has never tried to convince Yoshida, but I think as time has gone by, he is wearing him down. Like, getting him to understand that, not necessarily that there's more to life, because God knows there's not more to Denji's life.
Yeah.
But it's this idea that there's something more there. There's something more human about the situation that Yoshida isn't considering. And, you know, in the other chapter where he gives Denji the gun and he does actually just try to shoot him, it's like, that doesn't make sense, because Yoshida is not actually Denji's enemy. He's not, and he does stand to gain from working with Yoshida, but Denji would still shoot him anyways, because he fucking hates him. And it's like, those are the things that Yoshida doesn't understand, and I think that moment, or like after finding out, yeah, you know, one of the horsemen just isn't gonna help us because she thinks that we're boring. He's like, damn, so I'm boring, huh?
Yeah.
Well, I think a big part of Yoshida as a character is I think you're right about him being a polar opposite to Denji, but that normalcy is kind of in the middle between them. We don't know a lot about Yoshida's like backstory or life or really anything in general, but a lot of his portrayal has sort of been him trying to like kind of put on a front of understanding things he doesn't really understand. Like when he takes Denji to the movie theater, and it's like, oh, so this is what, you know, a normal life is like, and he's just like, yep. And it's like, at the time, that seemed like some commentary on like just the mundaneness of it all. But with enough time and seeing more of Yoshida as a character, it feels a lot more like he is as clueless about a normal life as Denji. They are just coming at it from polar opposite directions. Because we don't know about his life, but this sort of misunderstanding that Yoshida has tells me that it's coming from a place of not having a normal upbringing. Maybe he was raised by, public safety or something like that. You know, maybe he's just always been in this life. I mean, he was considered pretty high level when he, you know, just as a like last like in part 1 when he was even younger. So that would be my guess. Obviously that doesn't have to be the case, but I think a big part of it is he's coming at this from a very cold, logical perspective because of some type of upbringing like that. And that's led him to having this sort of idea of what a person is supposed to be like being purely aesthetic. He doesn't know. I think when he says that going to the theater and doing stuff like that is like a normal life, that isn't normal because it's just doing something for fun, you know, just doing like a normal activity. It's normal to him because it's just something he sees people doing. And when he's, you know, in this chapter, he's basically told he's boring. He's like, oh, I'm no fun. Like, he doesn't have the faculties to really understand how normal people might perceive him. And that's at least how I'm interpreting it. Really, it could go a lot of different ways. Again, no backstory so far. That makes it hard. But...
And we're never getting it.
Maybe. But, you know, he doesn't really get that. And all of his engagements with people show he just doesn't understand them, to where even, like, Bammy has him fucking just floundering out there. Who is the famine devil. He just doesn't get people. Like, at all. He doesn't get anything about just people's, like, actual priorities and can only think in this cold way. And I don't know. It's interesting. I like this chapter.
Is. And I'm also glad that you did bring up family just now, because I feel like that, like, in the context of this chapter, or at least in this conversation, it's actually a pretty good contrast as well. Because, like, Like, we got a whole bit of going into Fami's mindset, like, about how she only cares about really savoring the moment, and which, winds up with her being the famine devil. Oh, it's perfect for her nature. But at the same time, it's also just rather human as well. Like, the whole thing about wanting to actually just join this whole planning committee just because her friends are in it, and that's human. It's incredibly human, and it's not something you would expect from a literal high-tier devil. Oh, it's like, not to mention the part where she's actually just letting these random girls just carry her off like that. Like,
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Like, it's such a stark contrast, especially when you bring up the whole contradiction as we got going in with Yoshida as well. So it's interesting stuff.
I think when I was first reading this, I was looking at it like, damn, bro. Well, first off, I was just laughing at her calling him boring, and he's like, damn, I'm boring. And Fumiko being like, nigga, can you please focus on what's important? Like, I thought that was funny. But I was...
It is funny.
Yeah, I was looking at it from the perspective of like, it's like an inverse in a way where like you were saying, Silver, Fami is the one displaying more human traits where she's like, I just want to hang out with my friends and like just be happy. The kind of similar to what Nayuta was saying, where she was just like, oh, well, maybe we should join the devil's side, and then she was like, oh, but look at all this good stuff you'll lose, like all the food or like the people you care about and stuff like that. She's like, oh, well, I don't want to do that then. I care about those things. It's kind of reminded me of that. And in contrast, you have someone like Yoshida and Fumiko who are humans, but they are like some of the most vile motherfuckers you have ever seen. Fumiko legitimately was like, she was fucking twisting her hair and kicking her feet at the thought of sacrificing like 10,000 kids, right? And then you have Yoshida, who is alongside of her, and he's working with her, and they're partners in all of this. So just that contrast in their nature and how they act and respond to things, I was like, oh, okay, maybe this will go somewhere too, as a commentary for both Fumiko and Yoshida. Maybe Yoshida is the one who starts to feel a little bit more bad, whereas Fumiko is too far off. I don't know, but yeah, I could definitely see this setting up for more for them as characters, and I hope it does because I like both of them.
She likes to savor the flavor.
Type shit.
That's a like late 90s, early 2000s cereal tagline.
Yeah, savor the flavor.
Savor the flavor.
Hell yeah, man. I know
Eat the famine devil in you.
Hey man, that's just good advertising.
It's radical.
Yeah. We brought it up already, but I just have to mention it again. It's fucking hilarious. They just pick Fami up like a doll and they just run off with her. That was funny. I was not expecting Fami to be this funny in her scenes because she's been so mysterious. But yeah, it's just her deadpan nature mixed with her just eating food like a fucking barbarian, and also just her being carried off like this.
Utensils are an option.
Yeah, she's very unexpectedly funny. I like Fami a lot. Every time she pops up, I think I like her more and more. She's great.
Well, normally she's just in the background chowing down while other characters do things.
She's just been vibing, man. Big vibes girl, that Fami is.
Big vibe girl.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
I mean, yeah, like I said, that's literally her whole nature, like just savoring the moment.
Yeah.
Vibes devil.
The vibes devil, yo.
Even if savoring the moment means bare fisting spaghetti.
Fucking, hey, you gotta do what you gotta do, man.
Yeah,
This is
dude,
the
dude,
fun.
Did you think of
yeah.
a moment more worthy of being savored?
Welcome back.
Oh, thank God.
Good to have you.
All right.
What happened?
You were gone for a second.
We
buddy.
lost you.
What
You
happened?
were gone for a second.
We
buddy.
lost you. We lost you.
Oh, I was gone?
If you had you, then that means that
Yep.
the podcast, the
Oh.
chat had you. So
Maybe
It's good.
I wasn't noticing, so maybe the stream went down. For
They
a bit,
didn't say
too.
anything, so I guess
Well-
you're fine. I guess you just cut out, really.
Yeah, their stream is a little behind too. Or at least their chat is like there's a bit of a delay, sort of like Twitch. So they'll let us know. But yeah, if
You're
I,
fine right now.
Yeah, as long as we're okay now. If I did go down, sorry about that, guys. But yeah, this was really good. I like this scene between them a lot. Let me see. Yeah, I guess all we have left to talk about is Denji, Asa, and Yoru, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yep.
Bangity bang bang.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is really interesting. I like this a lot. Just the fact that, because I've been wondering, like, man, where is Asa at? I just want to see my favorite loser. And now she's back and she's actually like holding the gun at Denji. This could mean so many things. I'm wondering if like this is her time to actually talk about Denji, like talk to Denji and be like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, what are you doing here, man? Like, you're better than this. Because this is kind of what their talk in the Eternity Devils world was, where like she's essentially like, there's more to life than just this. Like, you taught me that as Chainsaw Man, and her kind of paying the favor back. So I'm wondering if that's what this is, where they can actually have a conversation. And Asa didn't come out until now because she was sorting through a bunch of stuff herself. Maybe it means something else, but that was immediately what I thought when I was seeing this cliffhanger here. That's what I'm hoping for, anyway. I don't want it to just be a shock value thing of just like, you know, oh, she's holding the gun at him. Uh-oh, you know, whatever. I'm hoping this does lead to more talking, because that's all I wanted, man. That's all I really wanted. Just Denji and Asa to have actual conversations with each other. And we got a little bit of it. We got like a sneak peek of it within the Aging Devils world, which was very nice. But I want the whole thing, man. I want the whole thing. So please, just let me have this.
Yeah, it's interesting because like she has been a victim of everything happening right now, but she hasn't really had any chance to voice any of this lately. I mean, she's basically been offered up as a part of you know,
Yeah.
a Yoru's deal with Denji, and it's like that has to fucking suck.
Yeah.
Because she's witnessing all of this happen and can't do anything. So now that she's out, I'm sure she'll have a lot of issues with what's going on. What I'm curious about right now is kind of how she's back. Because I think the rule is that Yoru can't do anything when she's scared, I think it was.
Yeah, I believe it was when she was scared.
I imagine she's been scared this whole fucking time, to be honest.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm curious, you know, what the catalyst specifically here is. Maybe because Denji's having her shoot stuff and she's not down with this violence right now.
Yeah, I mean, maybe, but
It's hard to say.
She was around when they went on their whole spree, and she was just killing people.
That's also true.
It could genuinely, like, it could just be a situation where she was like, just the thought of having this conversation is kind of scary to her, and that's what snapped her out of it.
Oh.
Maybe that is what it could be. Because if she was in there, like, processing everything that was happening, and, like, the thought of her just genuinely talking and having this combo with Denji and asking him, like, what are you doing? Like, maybe that's what scared her and got her out of it. But this might be a new way that Asa broke out as well. Like, she may have just found another workaround, because she came out and she immediately knew what she wanted to do. Whereas last time she was scared, she, like, snapped out of it. She was like, oh God, okay, I'm back in control now. Like, it was like a shock to her.
So something intentional then.
Yes, yeah.
Gotcha.
I'm not sure, because
Hey.
I think there was the one moment where in the Falling Devil arc, where Asa or Yoru is like screaming at her, like, you just need to trust me, and like Asa just keeps like blacking in and out of consciousness and stuff like that, where she's scared. So that might play, like, maybe that's like a different thing. Like maybe that's how she gets out of it. I'm not exactly sure how that's the case, honestly. I'm just kind of throwing things at the wall, but maybe that's it.
God. All we got is throwing stuff at the wall.
I think it is entirely possible that it's not explained.
True.
That's also true.
Very true, unfortunately.
It wouldn't, that's not against Fujimoto's style.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I don't think I would hate it too much if it just led to some good shit.
Same. If
How are you
this
back?
chapter
No time for that.
is just genuine, great, like, character stuff, I don't care how she did it.
Yeah, it's just like, all right, fuck it, you're here now. Let's lock in. Let's do it. Yeah. I also like that this is kind of a parallel to when they met on the roof again. I think I brought this up when they were on the roof before, but when Asa and Denji like officially meet, they're on a roof together with Yoshida, and now they're just here, and he's just like, we're just shooting buildings and shit like that. So I like this callback again. But yeah, I am very interested to see what both of these characters do in this situation. I am just very happy to know that Denji isn't washed. Because when I opened this chapter and he was looking at a sleeping Yoru, I was like, please, bro. Don't. Please,
No
brother.
Evangelion.
That's what I'm saying, man. Oh my god. Because I'll be like, I think, I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but I'll talk about Ava. I'll be like, yeah, I really like Evangelion. And it's like, isn't that the scene where the dude jerked off over the girl in the hospital? I'm like, yeah, I can't say anything about that. Yeah. Yeah, that shit was weird. Yeah. Like,
What?
oh god, I can't really say anything about that. Shout out to Joseph Johnson with the $20, man. Actual hot take here. Naita got fridged worse than Pyrrha. Damn. Her death was...
That's honestly fair.
Yeah, I was about to say, as not too far off though. Her death has had almost no impact on the story or characters. The aging arc in general has felt like a side quest despite some cool moments. Finally, some real progress now. So far, I would have to agree.
I partly agree.
I was about to
I
say,
fully agree.
I was gonna say I can agree, but also to be fair, Denji is like the only person who would care. Whereas with Pyrrha, it's weird how nobody else but Jean seemingly cares. Like, I mean, like, it's obvious so that fucking Jean can have his moment and be the main character because Ruby likes pushing out the main cast for its side characters all the fucking time, unfortunately. But at least until volume 8, which was, thank God, a very much needed breath of fresh air. But for Pyrrha, it was very much so Jean could be like, oh man, Pyrrha's gone, and he could go after the main bad guy and be the MC. And it's like, hey, how come like nobody on Team Ruby cares about this? This is so weird. Whereas with this situation with Naita, it's like, yeah, I guess Denji would be the only one who would care. I mean, Fami too, but Fami has been a mystery this entire time. I'm not too sure how she would react to this whole thing, especially since maybe she was in on it. But yeah, I would agree with you. You know what? I would agree with you. There are reasons for it, but I would agree.
I agree to an extent because I think a lot of I genuinely wish it was more explicit about it, but I think, Nayuta's death is kind of like the driving force behind Denji's behavior in a lot of Chainsaw Man lately, because it is just the absolute peak of his current despair. He has, as far as he's concerned, he really just has nothing. He's lost everything, everyone he cares about now. And I think while it doesn't explicitly say Nayuta's name every time, it is like the main reason. So
That he feels
again,
that way.
I wish it was more explicit about this, but it is the driving character force right now. Nayuta's death does absolutely matter.
It's so
And it's-
weird too. Because when Denji is seemingly like getting out of his stupor and aging devil, he thinks about Nayuta and he's like, how could I smile after all this horrible shit. And he remembers like all of the good times and remembers to like keep persevering and stuff like that. And I thought like, okay, we're kind of moving forward here, but then he just kind of goes back to how he was before. So I'm gonna be fair. For real, I don't know how the fuck he feels about Naita. I'm gonna be so dead ass, that boy. That's why I was like, I can agree. There are definitely like reasons for why the reaction to Naita is different for the one with Pyrrha. But yeah, it's just really complicated. I like Zenith said, I wish it was just more explicit about this stuff.
Yeah, which unfortunately it's not.
Yeah.
I will say it does. I think a big part of why it feels not as important right now is because, Barham's not around. And he was like the driving antagonistic force for a while.
Yeah, he was, huh?
Where's
like
my man
him,
Barham?
his lack of presence right now feels so weird because I remember like it was not that long ago that he just felt like the most important antagonist right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he was ruining Denji's life, and it created a very personal grudge. Then Denji choked that dude out, and he hasn't been seen since.
Yeah, bro.
So,
Move aside, Death Devil, the concept of aging. I'm afraid that a middle-aged white dude with too much time on his hands is the antagonist now. I'm sorry, this 4chaner just took over.
I'll be honest, too, I really liked him, too, so I'm kind of sad he's not around.
Yeah.
He was really entertaining. He would... Damn.
I mean, he did.
We remember the
shit,
agendas,
that's for sure.
He definitely he progressed the plot for us, man. When we were lost, he progressed the fucking plot for us.
He showed up and he said, "This shit needs some Chainsaw Man pacing."
What happened to the game I love, Barham?
I mean, you're technically right, Scott. That's all he wanted. He wanted Chainsaw Man. So
he wanted some Chainsaw Man ass pacing.
Yeah. It's so weird because it was because just the way he was implemented, he's like, man, what's with all this talking about your feeling shit, bitch? If you don't cut a nigga,
it was very meta, to be honest.
I know, like it was such a meta commentary on like on how a lot of Chainsaw Man fans felt, and I thought it was so enjoyable to see that like embodiment in a character and how they functioned in part 2. He's just like gone. He's fucking out of here. So yeah, it definitely is weird, like you were saying. I mean, I'm sure very soon we will focus on, Death Devil and all that good stuff, and we can start building dynamics with her. But yeah, for right now, we're kind of just like in a void in terms of major antagonists.
So we'll see, because he kind of just got dropped from the plot, and then it's like aging devil stuff, and now Yoru's the main antagonist, and it's like the role of antagonist has kind of been a roulette wheel lately. So I feel like that is a big factor in why the plot can feel kind of disjointed right now.
Yeah,
and we'll see how that goes.
Unironically, right now we are literally sitting for the Death Devil to show up. Like we're just waiting around. So like,
they're literally shooting buildings the past time.
Yeah, so it's definitely different.
And it's definitely just a less even structure than part 1, because part 1 was very traditional shonen. In a way that was extremely intentional. I think I made a video about this at one point. But, like, its structure is kind of meant to mirror a very traditional shonen, whereas, like, there's the arc, there's the new villain of the arc, this is what they're doing, we gotta stop them. Classic stuff. And that structure works because it's, it gives those villains focus and allows their conflict to feel lasting and meaningful. And Fujimoto has really good fucking villains.
Yeah.
So it's weird. It feels so disjointed now that he seems to be doing something a lot more experimental with just how he's structuring his story. To where it's like, yeah, I really like how he writes his antagonists. I wish he was writing them more.
Yeah.
Like, I wish he was writing them just more consistently. Like,
yeah.
it's so weird that the source of conflict just keeps shifting around. And it does make the plot feel more disjointed, as I've said. I'm rambling a little bit, but y'all get my point.
No, it's fine. Yeah, because
Yeah.
I do think this whole thing could be interesting of just like the point of conflict changing, because there are so many different points of conflicts. Like we have Yoshida and Fami. We not Fami and Fumiko. We may potentially have Fami. We don't know. We have everything that Yoru is doing to Denji. We have the Death Devil inbound, like a tactical nuke, like she's coming. So much stuff is happening. Not to mention whatever else public safety is trying to do outside of Yoshida and Fumiko. So like I could totally see like, okay, this could like work, but in some cases I think it does, other cases I think it doesn't.
Mm-hmm. Another thing that makes like Chainsaw Man so weird to read, especially on a weekly basis, and you don't realize this until like you fucking reread the series or like engage in the discourse a lot. Everyone fucking lies all the damn time.
That's the
You
main
can be
villain of
like,
part one.
I wonder where this is gonna go with the story, and what they said was not in fact truthful at all.
Yeah, man.
Remember when Yoshi was like, we're not a part of some evil organization? Lying. Just lying.
Just for the fuck of it. I love
Reacting
lying.
to me lying.
Me when I lie.
And it's like the implication was that he. I remember the strong implication when Yoshida got introduced back into the story was it's like, oh, he's not working with public safety because last time we saw him, he doesn't explicitly say it until later, and last time we saw him, he was independent. So it's like this whole like idea of like, oh, who's he working for? It was public safety the whole fucking time. That was so unreliable.
Yep.
Like. Characters are just untruthful, and it's like it is interesting when you have characters like Makima, for example, because I've made videos on this in the past. People do not believe me when I make videos. I'm like, hey, by the way, this isn't true, but Makima said it. So I made a whole video on how her like entire like line of events of like when she recounts the history of the Gun Devil is just so probably wrong. And people are like, well, that's the best story we have. Are you insane? Are you insane?
Of course it's
For
the best
God's
one we
sake.
have. It was presented and prettied up by her.
For God's
Like-
sakes, people, that's a victim talk. You believe Makima?
Hey, whoa, not too much
Stand
on
up for
her.
yourself.
Not too much on her.
Stand up for yourself. Stand up for yourself.
Hey, man. I believe her, you know? I think she brings up some...
No,
fair
you
points.
don't.
What?
Like,
You just wanted to fart in your mouth.
because my whole point on that video was that, hey, by the way, it's very unlikely that when the Gun Devil attacked, that was the Gun Devil just doing a bunch of shit. Because literally the first time we actually see the Gun Devil, they're a government weapon.
Yeah.
And I go into all this stuff on how the timeline just does not make sense if you think about the story this way. And it's like, well, that's what Makima said.
Yeah. I think it's so funny because, like, out of, like you were saying, characters lying, Makima is the most obvious example of people lying.
But
Like,
everyone does it. That's the thing.
Yeah, of course, but like I think Makima is the most obvious example of that.
Yeah,
So you just being
absolutely.
like, "Hey, Makima is lying," and they're just like, "Nah, I believe her." When she has been caught in like 5 lies in like the span of
Well,
5
yeah.
chapters.
Yeah, but say what. You're missing the point here. She's hot.
Whoa, you don't got to tell me, brother. I mean, look at
Yeah.
my fucking Discord. Look at my Discord description for like the past 3 years. You don't got to tell me that. But yeah, I think it's just very funny. As someone who loves Makima and also made a video talking about how great Makima is, I think it's funny.
It is. Oh, I love Makima. Because it's like, she's an example of that, like, lying, where it is so interesting to read back through part 1 because of that, and just seeing every instance where she does. By the way, it's every time a speech bubble comes from her mouth. Just letting you know, for anyone who wants to reread it, every single line of dialogue is bullshit.
No thoughts, only lies.
But with part 2, where there's just so much more plot stuff going on, and there's so many more, like, lore reveals and all that stuff, instead of interesting, because it is interesting at times, it's also extremely frustrating. Because it's like, I'm on to your game, Fujimoto. Unfortunately, you keep switching up the damn game.
Just when you think you have all the answers, I start changing the questions.
Alright, I finally learned how to play chess. Alright, bitch, we're doing Mahjong now.
No, I haven't read Akagi yet.
And it is so frustrating.
Yeah. I think it's also something too, because like you were saying, Zenith, so many people in this story lie. I think that's what makes Yoru stand out so much, is because she's just blatantly honest with Denji, like, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, bro, I just like seeing you suffer. Like, that's what makes her stand out so much. Yeah, she's just dead ass about it.
She is, in every way, and I think this is completely intentional, she is the opposite of Makima in every meaningful sense.
Yeah.
And God, she is the opposite in every sense, and yet is just so equally hateable. I love her. Yoru's such a good villain, actually.
She's great. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just interested where this is gonna go, because I do not know. Man, we did a lot of part 2 talk in this one, just overall. But,
I mean, fair, man. This is a good chapter.
Fair. This is a big chapter.
I mean, we really don't most of the time, so it's pretty good.
I like talking about how good Chainsaw Man is instead of being like, fuck, man, Fujimoto, what are we doing?
Why after mid?
Yeah.
Sure said stuff. Moving on.
Yeah, so I'm not mad at this stuff. I like it.
Yeah, same here. I mean, I don't really have much else to say on the chapter.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, good
I like
stuff.
the stuff we got with Fami. I like the stuff we got with Denji, and right. And I'm curious to see what we're gonna get with Asa next week.
Good stuff.
This, I guess.
Yeah, 2 more days. But yeah, good chapter. Is there anything else we want to say before we move on, fellas?
I'm good.
Legalize nuclear.
All right.
Legalize nuclear chainsaws.
That is the perfect segue into Kagurabachi Chapter 70.
Legalize child forsakers.
Fellas, how are we
I want
feeling
every
about it?
man with 3 child forsakers in their home.
This Kagurabachi chapter, man, every now and then, and by every now and then, I mean on average once a week, I'm reminded he's got that. Like, he's got it.
Sky, say the usual thing. Say the usual thing.
Wait, hold on. I made a spreadsheet for this actually, and
Okay.
a very particular algorithm. So let me just put in each of the chapters into it. All right. Scanning, connecting data points,
Ooh, nice.
recreating neural networks. All right, the conclusions come in. Not a single bad one, folks.
70 chapters, not a single
Not a single one.
Let's go.
The idea of one character going up an elevator to do something, and the other dude just going into the other one.
They're elevator.
Like, and then you see them open up at the same time.
God,
You
that shit is
only-
so cool.
You cannot think of that if you do not have that sauce.
Dude, like the fact that we
fucking
even
crazy.
get like the shot behind Chihiro's head, it's like we see the sweat on his face and he's looking across. We get the shot from behind his head as the elevator opens, and it's just Hirohiko in the same pose. Like, what's good, my nigga? Shit!
Okay, yeah, no, that shit, it was like straight out of a fucking movie.
I know, bro.
He's
That
him.
was
Like,
so peak. Holy.
every week I'm reminded we are seeing a fucking legend in the making.
And
Like,
artist.
I cannot glaze this man enough. You know, like,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
This shit is so sick, man.
I also really like the panels where you do get to see kind of like basically in slow motion how Hirohiko like just moves the sword around
It's
and
so
everything.
cool.
And God, that shit is so fucking dope.
Damn, dude. That shit was like just the way, like, even the explanation for how this technique works and why it is so complicated. It was like, oh man.
I never thought we'd get that. Honestly.
I never
It's
thought
so
we would
cool.
either. I
here.
thought it was just like
I
a
was
hard
ready to
move.
accept it fast.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. But just like the advanced techniques behind it, it's like it makes so much sense why like not everybody could master it. And it makes it even more impressive for the people who have, like the master in this chapter being like, yeah, people talk shit, but they don't now because I killed them with it. It's like,
Dude,
oh,
that
shit.
was so fucking cool.
Damn, he's
Got
like
the last
that.
laugh because I cut their heads smooth off.
Yeah, bro. I was like, damn, bro. Holy. Yeah, man. I just love Kagurabachi. I love Kagurabachi.
It's really interesting because this chapter, because Hokuzono uses a lot of cinematic techniques throughout the series, like things that exactly like the two of them. Even though it's a still image, you know, just panels, you can feel the tension and the time that it takes for them to, you know, ride the elevator up. For example, you can feel the anticipation that Chihiro is feeling as he's waiting for the door to open. And you can feel all of that. But at the same time, he is also using the strength of manga where it is still images. So the amount of text doesn't feel unnatural. Because whereas if this was like a film, it would be a bit weird. It would be kind of undercutting the tension in a way to have the narrator explaining like, well, this is how the EI purity technique works, and it like this and like that, while these moments are passing. But
Damn, bro hates the Chimera Antark.
I didn't say that. I just said it'd be awkward. Which is true. But the amount of time that is passing in the story is created while reading it by the amount of text. In a really interesting way. Where like the tension, we can feel how slowly the moment of Chihiro observing how
Iori.
say, like, give me her name. Iori, thank you. How Iori is using the technique, because even though it's just an image that we can look at in a second, understand, and then move on to the next one, we're forced to linger on it because we're reading what's happening, because we're reading his thoughts, we're reading what the narrator's talking about, and that creates the effect and the feeling of that moment of stopped time that is happening in the story.
Absolutely. That's a really good way of putting that.
Great
That's
way. He's basically using the text in order to dictate the pacing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's such a good way of putting that.
Very clever.
Right.
Bro, stop
like-
time with words.
Because it's like a lot of mangaka have shown to be good at like depicting the pace of something. I really or making you stop on something for a moment. I think like Dandadan, for example, does it really well with the opposite, where instead of portraying moments of immense speed as like the motion, like depicting the motion, it does it by depicting the lack of it. You know, like it's these instantaneous bursts. You know, so there are a lot of ways that like mangaka can utilize the stillness of manga to dictate how fast you read something. This is obviously like a really advanced way to do that because it's using the placement of text to dictate that pace. My point is, though, a lot of mangaka do this. This is a really good example of that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm glad we're talking about like the style of this, because I do want to point out that, and we may have talked about this before when he first came out, but Hokuzono is a fan of Western movies and directors like Tarantino, Nolan, and Fincher. And he has also said he's a big fan of the John Wick movies, which definitely I would say reflects here.
Obviously,
Makes sense, yeah.
John.
And then of course, and then he also does mention being inspired by
sword.
yeah, I'm waiting on that too. But he does mention being a fan of Chainsaw Man, and as we all know, the author there is a huge fan of movies too. So I think that also can reflect. So it's a good way to see how that inspiration can come into play here.
So really what we're saying is that the Western world says you're welcome for anime.
Oh shit, no.
If you just consult this flowchart, you'll see how white chicks is integral to the cinematic presentation of Kagurabachi.
This is very,
you
very
can't
special.
remove something about Mary without removing the entirety of Chainsaw Man.
It's over. Yeah, it's done, bro. Yeah.
Slightly going back, this is just like pointing out like just how much happened with essentially a short amount of time. Is that when you're reading all the stuff about like the EI style and everything, and then you see Hirohiko just go up the elevator, you kind of forget that, oh yeah, that's right, he already pressed the button at the beginning of the chapter, and you kind of forget that everything else that just happened was in the time span of the elevator just coming down to him or up to him.
Yeah.
Which, admittedly, that could mean it was either happened in 5 seconds or 20 minutes.
Yeah. Take your pick. Both is funny.
I just love that, though. Like, bro pre-ordered his W. He was like, I know I'm going up.
Yeah.
I know you're not stopping me, so I'll just see you up there again. Oh my god, bro. He's such a little shit. I love him. I was going to bring up, Sky pointed it out beautifully, but I love the elevator scene because it shows, like, not only just that pacing that I think you were talking about, Sky, but it really shows the difference in the two of them. Like I mentioned earlier with Hirohiko, where he's just like, he's very calm and collected. He's just like, okay, I think I'm understanding this now. I think I get this, blah, blah, blah. Whereas Chihiro is desperately trying to figure out how to beat this guy. Like, he is searching through all of his memories, trying to understand it, whereas Hirohiko is trying to form his own path. And it's because we have had like nothing but this sense of urgency throughout this entire encounter here. It's been nothing but go, 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 go. This moment where we get the chance to breathe, and we can see, like I mentioned, Hirohiko processing things like, okay, all right. Whereas Chihiro is like almost panicked, and he's just like, okay, all right, I gotta do this, I gotta do this. Like, the stress, the difference between the two moods here on just like a single page, like the difference in their expressions and like the urgency between them, it builds to that moment where it's like, you have Samura, like, you have him holding the sword in the next page, at the top of the next page, and then it starts like shaking, and then you can see the nervous look on Chihiro, and then pan down to him seeing Hirohiko already posed up, just cool, like, oh man, dude, fuck, like, just like how you can depict this shit in art is so amazing, man. Oh my god, like, just simple shit like that. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. And the way, like, again, like, everything slows down, and Chihiro becomes the embodiment of the sit back and watch, not everything needs a reaction meme, as he's watching Iori cook. Like, all that happening within like a split second. Like,
I
oh
understand
shit.
it now.
Genuinely, yeah, he's like, I get it. It's time for me to lock in. Bang. And like, it goes into just like Hirohiko being like, fuck it, I'll figure things out on my own. Whereas Chihiro has now learned to pass his burden on to others in this arc. Hell yeah, man. This shit fucks. Hell yeah, man. This shit goes so crazy.
It's just a testament to how humble Chihiro is.
Yes.
Like, even in this moment, he is still in the mindset and still has the capacity to just learn to sit his white ass down and listen.
Hey man, that is one of the most important skills you can have in life, is just
Mhm.
being teachable. Like that's something like you like that's something like people teach you when you're filling out job applications. Like I was listening to some people talk about it in a program I did when I didn't have a job, and they were just like, yeah, just you're like, if you're older and you put on your job application like teachable, jobs will be like, bring that nigga in. Because like eventually you get to an age, a lot of people get to an age where they're just like, I know everything already, blah blah blah. So just being teachable is such an important skill to have, and like here it is now with Hirohiko, or with Chihiro over Hirohiko, with him just being like, okay, let me lock in, let me see what's going on here. All right, bet, time for me to cook.
I think it's interesting too because they're both using the same technique, but the reason Chihiro wins this clash is because of that openness. Because Hirohiko specifically, like, he pulls it out just to mock him, you know? He's doing this in a way it's like, oh, like this, look how well I can do it, just my prodigal self. And then they are both in the presence of a master, but it's only Chihiro that actually takes notice and learns from that experience.
Yeah.
So, you know, he's able to win.
It's funny to think about how that relates back to what we initially thought with Hirohiko breaking into the hotel, where it's like, oh, he's gonna learn from the concierge. He's gonna learn from the actual swordmaster there, and he just doesn't.
He just he beats his ass.
And now we fully understand, like, because he wouldn't.
Yeah, he doesn't care to.
He doesn't
He has no reason to think that there's anything he has to learn, really, from other people. Which is, I don't want to. Actually, I was going to continue on to a different point. You keep going, Zenith.
Oh no, it's just it shows the difference in, you know, their characters, and I am curious what Hokuzono is trying to say with this, because there's a big theme of traditionalism here, but obviously Kagurabachi is not a traditionalist series. Like, it's not trying to say the old ways are best. Like, it's not trying to do that. I feel like the rock.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, we have the entire Rakuzaichi arc, which is the dismantling of an old traditional family. Yeah.
I was gonna say, I think this is standing against tradition, because Hirohiko is the one who is just like, fuck it, I'll just figure it out on my own, like Samura is doing. And now you have Chihiro in this moment, like, that was the big thing for him, where he was like, yeah, my load got lighter now because he's not carrying everything by himself anymore. He's depending on other people. He's relying on others because he realizes he's not a pillar just by himself. So I think him being willing to look over and like accept that help from somebody else, I think that is a big, I guess, slight against traditionalism.
Yeah, and in addition, this is a pretty new sword style.
That's true. But
like, he even said at the beginning, the whole like explanation of it, they're like, that's not how it works. Like, that's not traditional. He says, and then I killed them.
So it could be more about Hirohiko's misunderstanding of the situation, because he sees it as a traditional sword style because of its like prestige.
Yeah, I do. I also want to say, because I thought this was funny when it's the panel where like the silhouettes are mocking the guy. A few of them are just like, yeah, I don't think that totally makes sense. Like, so right after drawing, you have to regrip the sword. You'll disrupt all the spirit energy you built up. That's not even an insult. That's an observation. And he killed him for it.
Reversing
no one said he was a good guy.
Yeah. Reversing the grip on your sword is a lot better when you don't got a bitch in your ear telling you it's impractical.
Finding holes in my theory, time to die.
I'll find holes in you.
Yeah, hell no, man. Yeah, I think that shit rules.
Yeah, I think it's interesting to think about the mindset and what Hirohiko represents, given what we see about him in this chapter, where it's like, yeah, he was being attacked. I'll say, it says assaulted.
I've seen a lot of talk about that.
At the
Yeah.
tender age of 3.
Yeah.
I'm not
yeah.
100% sure that that's
A
supposed
lot
to
of
be.
people have been talking about how more
Essay.
yeah is a better translation. I don't obviously I don't read Japanese, so it's like that might not be true, but I've seen a lot of people talk about that.
Okay.
And
then he killed that guy.
He killed that guy.
Yeah, either way, an abuser's an abuser. Die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit
So
rules. Kill him now, expeditiously.
crazy thing to just reveal about your, you know,
Yeah.
current main antagonist in a little
Yeah.
text box, but goddamn.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is Hirohiko is a character that, you know, feels very justified in his way of living because it's basically he's always had to be on his own, and clearly hasn't had parental figures to look out for him, and basically had to fight to survive and rely entirely on instinct, which is another will probably be another because again we don't know what their home life was like. We can only surmise. But will probably be another contrast to Chihiro, who always had a strong parental figure who guided him, and again, even taught him his way of doing things. Like he was going to be a blacksmith before all this shit went down.
Yeah, man. Maybe that's
So-
why Yura and Hirohiko's like maybe that's why it is. Like I don't know, maybe that is kind of like Hirohiko's like stand-in parental figure. I'm not sure, just because
I think that's absolutely true.
yeah, because Yura is just very much like he's very lenient on Hirohiko. Like, don't worry, he'll figure it out. He's a smart kid. Making sure he's like taken care of. Like, oh yeah, I just sent him everybody. Like he can do whatever he wants. Have him figure it out. He's smart enough. Yeah, I'm not sure. It would make a lot of sense if that is the case. Like a
It
found
makes
family
sense
for him.
it makes sense that for him, somebody who was betrayed in the highest degree by an older male figure at such a young point in his life, that Yura would be as someone who is as distant as possible while still being there, basically. Like, or not distant, like just hands off.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't tell him what to do. He doesn't try to control him. He's just like, he'll find his way.
Yeah, he's got it.
It makes sense that would, crazy enough, Johnny Hishaku, good dad.
Yeah, man. He's the best dad, man. He was spying on Rokuhira every night, and he was just like, all right, I've taken all the information I can on how to be a good father. Let's kill his ass for bus fare and then walk home.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, we're not gonna kill him for money.
I saw the way he raised his goldfish. He gives him food and then doesn't do anything else. That seems like good parenting. And then it was.
And then
crazy.
it was, yeah. Apparently,
also-
the Japanese version doesn't specify assault of the no kind. Yeah.
Okay. That's what I've been hearing a lot of talk about, so I wasn't sure if that was accurate or not.
It's. I don't want to say it doesn't matter,
Because
it does matter.
matters in the type of trauma, but it is still a
The
horrible
sentiment
trauma.
to
like,
his
nonetheless.
character is the same. Yeah.
Yes.
Like it is a betrayal that he suffered at a very young age, a violent one, that taught him a very particular worldview.
Yeah.
And it makes his desire to connect with Chihiro really interesting. Because I think that it's interesting to look back at their first meeting and really see that as Hirohiko because it always was. Like, the idea was he wanted to find someone that was like him.
Yeah.
But now that we know why, he wasn't just like, oh, I was born a psychopath and I sure hope that there are other psychopaths. To know now that it's more than that that something happened to set him down this path, I think it adds more depth and meaning to that initial confrontation. And a whole lot of depth and meaning to the fact that he cut him in half this time.
Yeah.
Well, it's interesting. I don't think Hirohiko is dead here.
No, he's not dead. No.
I was
Because
about to bring that up,
specifically,
obviously.
No.
he was learning, what's her name again?
Toto?
Iori.
Oh, Iori,
Yes.
yeah. Sorry.
Iori, yes. He's specifically learning from Iori, who is not going for lethal hits. and is just doing disarming attacks.
He's like, goddamn, wait, I hit him with the flat. I didn't mean to do
I
that.
think it's because he's clearly bleeding, but I think it's going to be
Yeah.
like a shallow one, basically, and he'll be.
I think I would not be surprised if it was a situation where he was like, oh, nah, fuck this nigga, I'm killing him. And then Toto comes up like, yeah, I'll just take him back to hideout. We'll
Yeah, I was
heal him
gonna say
up."
Toto's still
Yeah, because
technically around.
she's still there, so she could just like teleport him out of there and just heal him.
'Cause it would be, first of all, Hirohiko, 0 for 2, man. You are not.
Dude,
Yeah.
I mean,
Let's go.
Hey, bro, let's talk about it because when it focused on his arm, I was like, ain't no way he's losing it again.
I checked
No
Scott.
way. I was like, no way, he just got that shit back.
It looks like he still has it, thankfully. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's
Close
flying
one.
away is like his sword breaking in half.
I think the sword broke.
Yeah, his sword's
Because if
breaking in
anything, the
half.
way that
I saw a tweet where it was like, I know a sword hates to see Chihiro coming.
Oh my
way
This
that,
is not the first time he's done that shit.
Hirohiko gets so hit so hard that like not only does the sword break, but he literally just goes fucking flying like in
Yeah.
midair. Both of his feet are off the fucking ground.
Yeah.
That nigga got hit by a truck, bro. Holy
Exactly.
damn.
It's, yeah, I do think that. I do think.
Oh,
Knocked
I'm
his
sorry.
juice off.
Oh shit.
Oh, yeah, his fucking hair knot comes undone. He's just smacked so hard. No, I think that it would be crazy if we don't get to see like a full enchanted blade fight between the two of them.
Oh, we have to.
Yeah.
It's
That's the
inevitable.
thing. They've
Yeah.
just been doing it with swords.
And the thing
Neither
is
of
that
them
he
have
just
been
got his
fighting at
blade.
their like best.
Yeah. And somebody brought it up too. The in the spread where Chihiro cuts him down, his like the back of his coat looks like a goldfish. So I was like, yeah, that's setting up for something. Yeah, that's setting up for something. Yeah. Yeah, buddy. Cause it's gonna be something when Chihiro does this with N10 and then Hirohiko like dodges it or blocks it. It's gonna be like, oh fuck, he's leveled up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so they're definitely gonna have their rematch. They're gonna have a couple of fights throughout the series. I'm not worried about that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
This is not the end of our amazing little fraud here.
It's
So we're
crazy.
getting round 3 and he's gonna lose again.
I know
So,
Hirohiko's a jobber at this point, and I love him.
I love
the
him,
best jobber known to man.
Bro, it's so great. It's
Bro,
so
bro is not a jobber. He is a careerer.
He's a salary man.
I got a career in losing, buddy. Let me tell you about it.
Hey man, got my
401k. That's how many
Yeah.
times I've lost.
I can
Rafa.
retire off this losing shit, nigga. What you know about that?
I don't feel the
IRA.
W2s, I feel the L2s.
Roth IRA. Now that's a loss IRA. I've been investing in that shit for 20 years.
Yes, sir, man.
I'm gonna
Hey.
be able to get my ass kicked on an island in the Caribbean till after I'm 50 till I die.
Every time I take a L, I just expense that bitch out, bro. I'm good. It's just a part of the nature, man. Infinite money glitch going crazy.
Now you don't understand. The new arms, that's a tax break.
Tax write-off.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. Gotta invest in yourself, nigga. Invest in yourself. Know your worth.
I commit insider trading with my own stock. I buy low, sell high, then lose again.
Shit. True. Any comments on the new Kagurabachi manga plus art? I do not read on Manga Plus, so I have no idea. So I can't speak on it.
Didn't see
Yeah,
it.
I don't either.
I can look it up to
Yeah, yeah.
We got
see.
Ninjuristic Ninja making a MMV for Kagurabachi. So
I
prepare to
didn't
see-
watch that.
Yes,
but
he
get
made
to
a.
that.
It was good. It was
Yeah,
good.
it's really good. And I'm listening to the song he used right now.
Yeah, dude.
Going-
I want to watch that shit so badly. Oh, okay. I'm looking at it right now. It looks good. I like it. It's nothing too crazy. I'll drop it in chat. Can I find a
Plus.
good picture? Jesus, like This shit is small as hell.
I hate
No wonder
the
we didn't
way,
see it.
I hate the way that Manga Plus gives you access to like the first 4 chapters, the most recent 4 chapters, and nothing in between.
Yeah,
Unless you're reading
it's
on your
blurry
damn
as
phone.
shit, but here's what
Like-
it looks like.
Oh, okay.
I like it. It's
Oh,
good.
okay, it's not too bad. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay,
it's
that's
good.
nice.
It's very nice.
Chapter 69, the guy with the scar. Forgot it was called that.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah, man. Ikuta was going crazy, man. He was going crazy.
He was him.
He was going.
Anyway,
Yeah, he was going all right.
Yeah,
It's
it's a
also
factual-
an interesting connection with the Enchanted Blade and Hirohiko now with what happened to him. Type shit. Never know. Oh yeah, go
We
ahead.
do have what's his face? Dweeb Shaku also on the rooftop. He doesn't show up here, but like he'll probably see Chihiro already now
That nigga
mastered
is
that move.
Bricked beyond belief, bro.
Yeah, he's gonna
Two
be like,
of the
"Well,
same
shit."
white purity style
5
users.
seconds, yeah, back to back.
He's gonna be like, holy, bro. He's gonna look at Hirohiko on the floor like, see, nigga, if you learned from me, you could appreciate this moment.
See, you could have been like him. Look what happened.
Yeah, look at you, man. You could have been just like him. Now you on the floor, face down, ass up, shoes untied, hair bun all out,
Sword broken.
sword
Arm
broken.
gone again. That shit just fell off.
That shit gave up on you niggas, and I don't want to play with you anymore. Hell no, bro. That could have been you, but instead you fumbled. Yeah, that shit
Tragic.
is so wrong. I genuinely would not be surprised if next chapter we just have Dweeb Shaku looking with like a fucking mouth agape, like what just happened, and then he gets sliced down too. And then Toto is just like, all right, I'll carry them both out here, I guess. Fucking whatever. Because Iori, she looks like she's going through it now. It looks like everything is flooding back to her, so she's probably going to be stun locked for a little bit. So yeah, I would not be very surprised if Chihiro still locked in. I mean, you did it once, but you still got to practice it. Make sure you got it down pat. And luckily, there's like 100 people in this room. So, hey, you can practice all you want to. Now, he's probably going to shred through all these fucking guys.
Infinite XP glitch.
Yeah, right? That motherfucker is XP grinding like crazy. He's got the Mountain Dew. He's got the Doritos. He's got that shit, man.
Who do you think we are? Practice.
Practice.
Shit.
To you, I ruined your life. To me, it was Tuesday.
It was training mode. Hey, you guys stay still. I'm practicing my quarter circle.
Yeah, right. Practicing my 2-3-6 inputs here. You know what I'm saying? Gotta practice those. My DP inputs.
What are you talking about? Gets cut now.
He has plus frames after he attacks. Yeah, man. It's just how it works. Yeah, this is a really fun chapter. Really good shit, man.
Really sick.
I think this is just my favorite chapter out of all the ones we got this week on the pod. So this is my shit. I love this. Yeah. Is there anything else you guys want to say about this one before we move on to our final chapter of the week?
What a mangaka.
Always goaded.
Yeah.
What a
Legalize nuclear monster.
Yes.
Let's go. Dweeb Shaku gonna paint the Hishaku hideout for free after this. That is crazy. But anyway, perfect segue. Let's talk about Dandadan, the return of Dandadan with chapter 183. Fellas, how are we feeling about this one?
It is
Good
so
to have
good
it
to be
back.
back.
I'm
Man.
jumping ahead a little bit, but I just want to say, Ira, sweetie, please win a fight.
I was gonna
Ira.
say something too. Was like,
Do
man, the amount of
anything
time-
on your own.
the amount of time she has walked into this school and just had the worst shit just thrown at her is it's getting to like 2 handfuls. That's 2 hands you can count this shit on, man.
It's a lot, man. Please give her a W. They gave her the Cammy spiral arrow attack. I forgot about that. I was like, oh, this is so cool. I can't wait to see her use it more. And then, dude, that spread of just her looking at all of the people in the gym. Holy fuck, man. It made me miss, like, it just made me remember, like, damn, man, Dandadan is really good. Like, just the page turn effect of it all, of just, like, being stun locked and, like, what the fuck am I looking at, along with all the characters involved. It's like, I don't know, man, she's really good.
I think as an example of one of those page turns, you have the one where Kinta,
yeah.
Kinta and Okarun get separated, and
They get blasted, bro. Holy shit.
It's the crazy skull alien dude, and then a guy who just looks normal. I can already see what's gonna happen. Is Kinta's gonna be like, "I'll take the guy on the right," and then that guy's gonna turn out to be a fucking Megazord.
Yeah, bro, because he was the
Kinta's
one who
like,
made
Okarun.
he made the pack with the fucking Akuma demon a couple chapters
It's like,
ago.
You're in range.
That's
Yeah.
right.
It would be
Demon.
so, like, genuinely real of him to see that and go, "Hey, my friend who is the only person without any powers or weapons, you got that guy, right?"
Mhm.
You got him, bro.
I saw
I
you ran a
you got
mile in under 7 minutes. You probably got this.
The detail I really do like, before they get blasted by fucking Satan and his minion and stuff, is as they're waiting, Okarun, because they're in the mindset like, oh, we're about to fight. He's kind of already stanced up as if he does have like his
Turbo
demon form
Granny,
and stuff,
yeah.
but of course he doesn't. I really like that detail actually.
I love the detail of it's just small, nothing too crazy, but like on that same page you can see the shadow of Aira and her hair. Like I was like, oh, that was nice. I like that little touch there. Very pretty. But yeah, just them getting absolutely blasted off. I was not expecting that. I was expecting these two guys who attacked them to be the perpetrators. And I think we mentioned it last time we talked about Dandadan, but the gym teacher, he was trying to get everybody together for the basketball thing. I thought he was kind of just going to be like a red herring and be like, what are you doing here? And it was the other teacher who he was talking to. I forget their names, but oh well, I'll go back.
Same. Don't worry, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought it was going to be her along with these two guys here. I didn't expect them to separate. So very interesting, man. Very interesting. Let me... Ooh, I forgot that wasn't there anymore. But yeah, this chapter was really good setup for everything that was going on. Our class pres Rin, or our class rep Rin, yeah,
Dead.
she
Dead.
is cooked. I think she'll be fine, but at the moment,
Literally,
not so
the
much.
head of the student council.
True. True.
We have fun here, everybody.
We have fun.
He doesn't. But we have fun.
We have
I have
fun.
fun.
We do fun thing every now and then. We make silly.
Yeah, was one thing I love about Dandadan is like you'll have enemies / monsters / creatures show up, like all these headless people, like tossing their heads around, and I'm always like, is this a thing that he made up, or is this an old legend? Like,
Yeah, I was gonna say,
are these?
I'm
It's
waiting
gonna
for
be
it in chat.
crazy. Yeah, it's gonna be crazy when like the next chapter it's just like, oh, we're fighting like 36 Dulahans, and I'm like, oh.
It's like,
That's
oh, I
about
know
it.
what that is. In this case, it's just
There's
like,
an old Japanese legend where someone just saw a bunch of floating heads. It was weird. They were
That's
freaked out by it
crazy.
and went home.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I forgot the one teacher's name. The girl with the demons or whatever. Her name is Miss Adachi. That is so funny. God damn, man.
Ruh-roh.
True. Yeah, Miss Adachi. The basketball guy is Murakami, and then the student who attacked Okarun and Kinta, he's Hase.
this school is fucked up.
Yeah, you think?
Mom, I can't keep going to public school.
Like, why would they keep going to this school, man? It kills them like every other week.
It kills them every other.
Like it
be
literally
fair.
does.
To be fair, it's their fault that they're there.
Nah, man, it's
Admittedly,
cool.
The grid, like now that Okarun has his balls back, like that they're coming for him.
Yeah.
It's true, yeah.
Yeah, because they don't
It's
know,
all about
man.
hating of the game.
They don't know, man. They don't know.
Yeah.
Yukishiro, we're gonna need you to lock in this arc, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. We need you to put that.
Iora, we're gonna need you to lock in, dude.
I mean,
Lock.
yes, but like,
Don't lose, Ira.
in case Aira loses, I'm using Yukishiro as a break glass option. Please lock in.
break
Lock
glass in break glass in case of Ira losing, and it's been like glued and taped up like a dozen times.
No, I love my girl fail, man. Please, no. I love Aira. She's so funny. Let her have a W.
I love Ira. I just really wish that she would win.
Yeah.
Silly girl can't win. It'd just be too much.
Yeah.
God damn it, bro. She's so cool. Yeah, man. Hey, hopefully we are manifesting an Aira W in this arc. But just in case, Yukishiro lock in, please.
As we've learned through many series, if they're a girl frail and have pink hair, they're just not allowed to win. It's just too much. We've got Perona from One Piece, we've got Aira, and then now Hirohiko, so it fits.
True. Hey, man.
I'm
true.
surprised you didn't bring up Sakura.
No, I'm better than that.
Sakura is not really a girl fail. She
Yeah,
has
what
a
did
girl
that say
fail.
Becomes
about-
one of the most important people in their entire
There's nothing
village.
Yeah.
endearing about
Yeah.
her failures.
Yeah, what does that say about you, Silver?
I don't know. I just heard pink hair or girls, and that's kind of my first option there. You know.
And you think that if a
Wow.
girl has dyed hair, she's a failure?
Judging someone by the color of their hair.
By the color of their checks notes hair.
It's like the
I
sea bear
thought we
circle
were
from
better
SpongeBob.
than
It's like
that.
I dream of a world where a woman is judged not for the color of her hair, but for the content of her win-loss record.
I hope we all check the Carfax on her and make sure, she's got W's.
You ever seen somebody buy a BML? Nah, you buy BMW. Thank you. I'll be here all week.
Type
Swish.
shit, man. Yeah, I am hoping that Aira picks up a W here. Please. And
Her
thank you.
first.
Yeah, man.
No.
It's
Okay.
No.
She technically has some W's in the
yeah,
global
she beat an
invasion
alien.
one.
Yeah.
She killed a couple fellas.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
She was the only one who was like locked in the whole time.
Yeah, that's true. She was
Genuinely,
like, guys, pick it
actually.
up, fucking
Yeah.
fight.
Oh my god, fight back.
Look at my
I
teammates,
made
dog.
you.
We're going to hell.
We are in ranked mode, not quick play.
Yeah.
She's just like, oh my god, 4 DPS, 1 tank, wallahi.
A landing shot after shot, all you gotta do is look left.
Oh my god, bro. Holy man. Yeah,
That's what's frustrating about it. She's by far the most well put together member of our squad here, and she can't
Yeah.
fucking win.
Yeah, man, like when she said she's the leader, like she meant that shit. Like I thought it was just a
it's
gag,
me,
but she's
Momo.
genuinely the best. Yeah. Yeah, she's genuinely the most put together.
That's true, yeah. When she does actually try, like,
Yeah.
there's almost no reason she should lose.
Yeah. I know you're not the fucking leader, Momo. They put you in a box playing Fire Emblem / Pikmin, and you were getting your ass kicked.
Nah, man, she's got to meet somebody else to threaten the relationship between her and Okarun again.
Ah.
Sorry, bucko.
People say they love the shoujo part of this manga, and then they don't when it actually happens.
Yeah, you forget shoujo isn't about 2 characters falling in love. Shoujo is about 1,000 contrivances
Yeah.
that stop the relationship that we
Sure
all
is.
know
Not
is
a
gonna
real
happen.
shoujo lover if you don't love the love triangle or not are used to it.
Yeah.
You wouldn't last a day in the asylum that raised me, in the library full of mates. Copy.
You just wouldn't get it.
You wouldn't last a day.
You wouldn't understand for it. Yeah, nah, man. Aside from that, I am coping for an Aira W, and this is a good chapter, man. Fun setup.
All right, real talk. I'm also hoping for a W for her as well. She needs
As
it.
you should.
Legalize Ira wins.
Yes,
Legalize
sir.
nuclear hair drill.
Legalize nuclear Aira.
Legalize nuclear yokai.
She's been the coughing baby for too long. Make her the hydrogen bomb.
Please buffer this patch.
Please.
My bottom one character needs bombs. Fuck.
Please.
She needs the second midair dash. She needs better overhead.
God,
It's better
man.
mix-ups.
Better
Yeah.
mix-ups, man. Her anti-air is busted. God, her 236K sucks. Damn it. Please help her. I need it. Yeah, nah, man. She was good. She was very good. I have expanded on my dialogue options for this chapter, though. So is there anything else you guys want to say?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
So, with that all being said, we're going to get the F up out of here, man. Let us know down below what your favorite chapter of the week was. Doesn't have to be anything we talked about here on the podcast. It could be Blue Lock, Blue Box, Kill Blue, Grand Blue, Blue Beetle, Ichi the Witch. I've been catching up on that. It's been pretty good. What else? Himaten. True, man. Goku Daku guy. That one had a chapter like 2 or 3 weeks ago. That was pretty good. I like that one. Let us know, man. Let us know what you guys are thinking, man. We appreciate you guys for sticking around. Make sure you like the stream, all that good stuff. Yeah, we're out of here, man. Goodbye. Mwah.